Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of First and Last. My name is Josh, and with me this week I've got Joe.
Hey, man.
And Jimmy.
What's up?
Yo, boys.
Hey.
Pasta pals.
You guys ever had any
Pasta? Yes.
pasta? Severely some injuries that you could deal with that you should just not never should have happened?
Probably
got anything
most
to
of
I
them.
guess so, yeah.
It's a really
any injury.
I'm looking at
Probably most of them, yeah.
I'm looking at my fingy. I was vacuuming earlier, and we have like those bifold doors or whatever for the closet, and one of them kind of like sticks open, but I saw a little crumb or something, and I had to vacuum up, so I pushed it closed, and it just happened to push my finger right into the
Like the hinge?
the hinge,
Like a
not well, like the middle part, so it just like closed in and pinched my finger.
Are you missing that finger now?
No, it's still here. You can see it, but it was just like a nice like streak across the tip of it.
Where it pinched.
And I was like, oh, cool. Now my finger just is going to have this like red line on it for months, probably.
Wow.
I feel like most of my injuries have been pretty self-sustained. Like they're my own fault.
Yeah, generally. I mean, hindsight is,
Yeah.
you know.
Or if not directly your own fault, it's something where you're like, well, I should have seen that coming.
Yeah. That could have easily been avoided.
I need the awareness that I have when I'm like riding my bike around like a city at all times. Like when I'm riding my bike around, I'm like, well, that car's going to kill me, so I better like hold off for a second. And then, you know, clearly they just zoom by or do something like that, whatever. But when my regular life outside of that, I don't think I have the
Yeah.
alertness.
Doors will get you.
I'm more worried about
Yeah.
the tires.
The number one death of Americans is doors.
Doors.
For sure.
I thought it was like heart disease,
Heart disease,
Diabetes.
cancer.
diabetes, and heart disease.
Yeah, where do you think you get heart disease from?
Heart
Doors.
Doors.
X's. Heartache disease.
Oh, I see.
I don't know. Cut that out.
Unrequited love.
Lost love. Baby.
Jimmy's back in his emo phase, everybody.
Heck yeah.
Never left.
Just hung out with my old emo band the other night.
Oh, yeah?
Talked about a lot of old times. And probably never see them again.
I mean, you're going to see at least one of them again, I would assume.
Yeah, I see him quite a bit.
It's a person you hang out with quite regularly.
That's true.
But those other two.
Fuck them.
The worst.
So anything else? Anything else to report?
I picked a show for tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, that was...
Is that...
I mean, you can do that. You can't tell us, though, until Joe tells us what this podcast is.
It's a TV podcast where we watch only the first and last episode of a TV show, but we gamify it. We watch the first episode, review it, and then we make some predictions for what we think is going to happen in the last episode, and then we watch it, review that as well, and see how we did with points. And whoever scores the least amount of points every week is eliminated.
Voted off. They don't get the rose.
Podcast.
We are the last three remaining.
Podcast used to have 351 members.
That'd be wild.
I don't think I like the term gamify.
Yeah.
Gamify?
Yeah.
How would you say it?
I don't know. We make a game of it. It's like the same thing. I don't know. You said gamify, and my initial reaction was like, ugh.
All right.
Maybe just like an overused term. People use it in terms of just like anything that you measure or like assess has now been gamified. You've turned it into a game. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, probably, because, you know, like now you'll see like little ads in like Instagram or Twitter or some wherever, and you're like, man, I was such a fat pile of shit, and then all of a sudden I gamified dieting in the gym.
Yeah.
Like,
especially for personal improvement type things.
Oh man, my house was half built, and then I gamified building the other half.
Yeah.
It's like,
but what you really mean is like
you made a list.
You made a plan to do some things.
Yeah.
And then you did those things.
Which you didn't have before you started building your house? That's just wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That was
just going to build a house on vibes.
You are very irresponsible, sir.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes the term gamify just means I planned it.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a life hack.
Yeah.
It's just like, did you really hack something, or is this just like a tip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, life hack, lock your doors at night.
Yep.
Feed yourself meals throughout the day.
Yeah.
Life
5
hack.
points. 5 points for meals.
I gamified drinking water. Whenever I drink it, I gamified it by rewarding myself life-sustaining liquid.
I probably should do that.
Drink more water.
I've not been drinking enough water.
I drink
gamify it.
Oh, I drink so much water.
Water's kind of my personal conspiracy theory.
Yes.
Like, I just think that most things can be cured by water. You know how
Sure.
yeah,
That's
people are just like,
true.
oh, there's
Broken arm.
yeah, old wives' tales of just you can cure a hangover with this, or you can
Well, that one is true. Water is very important.
that's what I'm saying. It's just there's just a lot of things in your life where it's just
Water will get
maybe
rid
you're-
of your wife's tail as well, by the way.
yeah, no more
Tail?
stories.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the actual tail.
Yeah, the actual tail.
Like if you've been cursed by Jumanji.
Yeah, well, because it seems like she's probably a witch, and so you just throw some water on her, and she'll melt away.
Yeah.
So I picked a show. Did you want to know what it was?
Yeah, I guess.
It's Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh,
shit, it's over.
It finally
It's
ended.
over.
It ended over a month ago, and
Mhm.
here we are still.
20
We haven't watched it.
20 years running. God, has it? It's.
Yeah, sort of.
I mean, it had a really big break, right?
Yeah.
Like a 12-year break.
I don't know. We'll have to look into it. It started in 2000. It only has 13 seasons, so for sure there was a long break.
Mm-hmm.
And we almost did it before. It's definitely was on my short list for a while, and then it started back up. It was probably in one of the April Madness brackets at one point.
Yeah, years ago or something.
And so it just ended April 7th, 2024.
It looks like between seasons 8 and 9, there was an 8-year.
Dang.
Seasons 8 ended in September 2011. September 11th.
Like HBO
2011.
just kept saying,
Um,
yeah, we'll get you going again
Yeah.
here pretty soon.
And then season
8
9,
years.
yeah, and then season 9 started in October of 2017.
Oh.
But
okay.
then season 9 only.
Then pandemic happened.
Yeah, well, so then season 9 happened in 2017, and then season 10 didn't start till 2020. And then it was
Holy
2021 for season 11, and then season 12 didn't happen until 2024. So they probably had all those filmed or whatever, and then they released them. And
Yeah.
they finished it post-pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So Larry David, obviously, of
Co-creator of Seinfeld.
Seinfeld fame. One of the reasons that I remembered about this show and that it just ended was Jerry Seinfeld's whole thing. Well, did you watch Unfrosted? Has anyone seen that yet?
The Pop-Tart movie?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
This is a movie?
Yes.
Have you heard about this?
No.
Have you not heard of Unfrosted?
Unfrosted?
Here,
Unfrosted.
really quick. It's about the creation of
Correct.
the Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a Hulu movie documentary about flaming hot Cheetos?
Oh, yeah.
Something like that?
That's still in my queue. I want to watch that. 'Cause
Okay.
that's a real thing. This is not that.
No, it's not. But Jerry Seinfeld made a movie about the creation of Pop-Tarts. It's like Mad Men for Pop-Tarts.
A little bit.
But stupid.
But it's fictional?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not real.
Starring just a bunch of Jerry Seinfeld's comedian friends.
That's kind of fun.
But it's live action. Part of me thinks it should
Yeah.
be like Sausage Party or something like that. It was it would be animated movie.
Oh,
it sounds like
sure.
an animated movie.
Sure, yeah.
But
I don't think he'll, after B movie, I don't think he'll do that again.
Well, he peaked. He peaked in B movie.
He peaked in B movie.
I'm looking at pictures of Hugh Grant in a Tony the Tiger suit right now.
Yes. Yep.
Spoilers for Unfrosted.
Yep. But so I can't believe you didn't hear about this movie because he did so much press for it. Like he went on so many shows and stuff that he then did a bit on Weekend Update in SNL like the week before it came out. And the bit was that he did too much press.
Well, and didn't at some point, because I mean, I don't know how the movie has been doing on Netflix, but
who's to say it's Netflix?
I heard a story that he also said something along the lines of like, "Oh, I can't make good comedy anymore."
This is why I brought it up.
Woke people.
That's exactly why I brought it up, because he's a boomer.
Yeah.
And he said some ignorant shit about how you can't make sitcoms anymore during one of this like things in the press run.
Yeah. I heard about that.
And he was just getting blasted about that from like literally one of the better ones, like reactions I saw was Curb Your Enthusiasm literally just ended, and it was like a step beyond like the outrageousness of Seinfeld.
Yeah, it's just Seinfeld plus one.
I've never seen Curb Your Enthusiasm, but I'm familiar with it as just like a cultural phenomenon, even though I've never actually seen the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, my impression of it is that it's just like the pure uncut essence of what was behind Seinfeld the show.
Yeah.
Is just like, this is it. Like,
yeah.
Just put it right in your veins. Like
Yeah.
all of the awkward or kind of gross ways that the brain kind of functions. That's my
I can't wait for you to watch the first episode of the show now.
Yeah. I said the word gross, but I don't mean that it's actually like disgusting.
Like obtuse.
But I just mean that like a lot of the humor of Seinfeld was like it's observational humor of like you see these things and you just want to be like, isn't this a weird or like isn't this situation weird, but we just like deal with it in terms of a like this is just a normal thing in modern life, and it's kind of examining those things and what you would maybe do or treat these things if you were just unhinged and didn't have if you lived outside of what human norms were.
Yeah. Unhinged is a great word for it. And just Larry David in general.
Yeah. That's what like kind of strikes me of like a lot of like Seinfeld plot lines of just like, yeah, what if I did just do this because this whole thing is silly.
One of the plot lines, just for reference, of Seinfeld is this man named Poppy who Seinfeld used to date was dating his daughter in a previous episode and wouldn't eat his food because he went to the bathroom and Poppy didn't wash his hands and then kept and was the chef and was like, I'm gonna make you the greatest food ever kind of thing, and like and then it got to him and he was like, no, he wouldn't eat it. Yeah. And then in a later episode, Poppy like his restaurant went down and he blames like Seinfeld for it, and then Poppy went and sat on Seinfeld's couch and then peed on the couch. And then had to deal with the fact that this man like just took a piss on his couch, like he just sat down in his pants and just peed, and then like got up and like left. So yeah, pretty unhinged.
Yeah, like that's like not a normal thing a person would actually think to do, but it is somewhere in the back of your brain. It's just like, man, this guy's fucking disgusting. What if I just fucking pissed on his couch? How would he think about that? Yeah, and that's kind of what the humor is exploring.
Yep.
So that's what that's my impression of Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's just like there's a lot of like Jerry Seinfeld charm that's brought to the Seinfeld show. That's just like, this guy pissed on a couch, but like he's Jerry, he's funny, and like this just like dispenses with any of that charm.
What are you gonna do with my couch?
There's none of that.
No, yeah, and that's gone. It's just it's a cynical Larry David.
Last Seinfeld thing is that an article posted about how he said he wouldn't be able to do many of the jokes from Seinfeld in today's world. And Rob McElhenney retweeted it with a picture of the just like cracked out, like scarred, messed up Rickety Cricket.
Yeah.
Who's got like a foggy eye and stuff. And it just says, probably. Like he
Funny enough,
probably wouldn't be able to get
funny
away with
enough
it.
is literally just before you said that, like 5 minutes ago in this conversation, I thought, and I never made this connection before, I'm like, Seinfeld kind of was like it passed it, like precursor to like Always Sunny, like
yeah, definitely.
because of
Yeah,
like
let's
because they
take
like
this to
act
the-
like so always like the Always Sunny people. Oh, they're so awful, you
Mhm.
know, like they're just awful people doing
Yeah.
awful things.
Same thing
and then
with
especially,
all the
like,
Seinfeld characters.
The end of Seinfeld, they really try to push that in season 9.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
be
man, I
like-
hope the end of It's Always Sunny is they go to jail.
They just redo the end of the Seinfeld.
Yeah.
They just do Seinfeld.
I mean, in the end, like Jerry's technically right that their humor has changed and what
Yeah.
we deem acceptable has changed.
Mm-hmm.
But it clearly there is still humor, and there is still humor that
Mhm.
pushes limits, and there is still humor about people just chasing their id and not being necessarily quote unquote politically correct.
Mm-hmm.
And there is still space for those things.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you think about it, even along the like years of that, there's been shows that are just like, just crazy to be crazy. You
Mhm.
know, they're like, oh, I'm gonna push this, and I'm gonna like make you offended
Mm-hmm.
just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
But then like
Mhm.
these shows that have this like edgy, quote unquote edgy comedy, like maybe a Seinfeld or and other things, and Always Sunny is a good example too. It's like they do that, but they also like very well within their stories of these shows a lot of the times be like, even if you're offended by this, like generally that person is like depicted as being in the wrong or doing like, you know, or
Mhm.
like being like, I don't think it's okay that they did that. Like in the show they do it, and it's like, but it's okay to laugh at it,
Mm-hmm.
because like now you're laughing at a bad person,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
most shows do that.
Yeah. There's some of that. Yeah.
Like at least I think
the
of
best shows are highlighting the fact that this is what happens like normally, and it's shitty.
Yeah.
yeah, it's wrong and shitty, but also it's funny.
Yeah.
And like those are the shows that like go on to have multiple seasons and are successful.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have shows that are just shitty to be shitty.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I can't think of an example of that at the moment, really. But like, I feel like those shows
all
don't.
the Chuck Lorre sitcoms.
Those shows no, because they last forever. Apparently, those are just shitty.
That's because
those are just
people are
shitty
generally
shows.
shitty.
But like, you know, those maybe don't last as long because they're not as well written, and like it doesn't kind of show. Like, I don't know, but you know.
Mhm.
That's
Mm.
my initial thought. Now I need to do research and see if
Yeah.
my thesis is correct.
Hmm.
It's whatever, man. It's been
Interesting.
it's fucking 30 years since the 90s. You think like your point is things have changed? Like, oh, fucking course.
Yeah.
Yeah, duh, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's been
Yeah.
30 years since the 90s, and in the 60s, you think what you did was
Y-
okay?
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe because like technology was getting wider, that you had like you got to like be a little bit more edgier kind of thing. But also like
Mhm.
people talk about, I saw a thing the other day, and people were saying like, oh, women used to be blah, 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 you
Mhm.
know, like nicer and, you know, some
Yeah.
insanely sexist.
Ooh.
And then there were like, and
Yikes.
then this lady on like Instagram or something played this track of some lady from like the 1930s singing a song, and it was like, my tits are so fucking long, and like my butt is huge, and like I'll poop on you, like, and it was like like a 1930s song, and I was like, it'd be weird to hear that today.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, man. Like,
Man.
Yeah, shit changes, shit stays the same.
yeah, exactly. Like if you think something's like too whatever, it probably also maybe that is, but something else isn't,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the same 20 years ago and 20 whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We just can see each other too well now, you know. Too much. Curb has 120 episodes over the
Nice.
12 seasons. Joe, you've never seen a bit of it.
I've never seen it.
Okay. Well, it's clearly obviously starring Larry David.
Mm-hmm. Like I know what he looks like. I know what the music sounds like.
I will say one quick thing from the wiki is that so each episode's plot and subplot is established in an outline written by David, but then the actors largely improvise the dialogue, known as retroscripting. Retroscripting.
Okay, so for each scene, they at least have like a framework of like, here's what's supposed to happen.
Right.
Yeah, technically the show lasted 24 years. And shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. 120 episodes. It's gone. It's all gone, man.
It's all
my
TV
brain went
pod.
away. My brain went away.
Should we watch it?
Oh no, that's what I was gonna ask. Jimmy, you've seen. So Joe's seen nothing. How much have you seen?
I have seen like random. I've never like just started into this show.
Okay.
So I've just seen like random stuff
things
of this, and also just the pop culture-ness of it.
I have seen this pilot probably twice, and because I've been like, I love Seinfeld, I should watch Curb, and it's just one of those shows, and I don't think, it's pushed me away or anything. I just watched like 2 to 3 episodes over the course of a couple days, and then like forget that I have to like log on to Max or whatever, whatever the fuck it's called.
It's Max.
I
did it.
And then watch it. So, since it's in such an interesting spot, sometimes I feel like I have to watch it in a certain spot. I have to like sit on my couch in my basement and watch it on my TV. And I don't watch a lot of things like that. Weirdly enough, I watch a lot of things just like on my laptop. And so sometimes when I have to watch a show like this, it just falls off. But the first episode is probably just called Pilot.
It is not. And in the thumbnail has a picture of Richard Lewis, R.I.P.
I love what it's called because I know what happens. This first episode premiered October 15th, 2000, and it's called The Pants Tent.
The Pants Tent.
The Pants Tent. So let's watch that and we'll be back. And we're back. We're done with the first episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. It was called The Pants Tent. Jimmy, you got to write up?
Yeah. Larry wears new pants which bunch up at the front when he is sitting down. At Cheryl's suggestion, which is his wife, he and her friend Nancy go to a movie theater. An argument there between Larry and Sophia lead to tensions between him and his friend Richard Lewis. After leaving, he and Nancy encounter Sophia outside with Richard, discovering she is his girlfriend. Well, that just blew past the fact that Nancy thought he had a boner for her. So let's not forget that part. After leaving, he and Nancy encounter Sophia outside with Richard, discovering she is his girlfriend. Richard berates him for jeopardizing his 6-week relationship with Sophia, whom he loves, has had a sexual intercourse with, and thinks is the one. Then Larry jokingly refers to Cheryl as Hitler during a car speakerphone conversation with Jeff, not realizing at first that Jeff's Holocaust-sensitive parents are in Jeff's car and are offended. Larry apologizes to them, but they are further offended by Larry not going upstairs to see Jeff and Susie's son, Sammy. Larry's excuse to Cheryl in regard to the tension between him and Jeff involves Kathy Griffin, which Cheryl realizes is fabricated when Griffin meets them all at a restaurant.
Basically, Larry David has his foot in his mouth for 30 minutes.
Yeah. And some of it even maybe is not his fault. But then he, like, at least at first, but then the way he tries to dig himself out of those things makes everything worse.
Essentially, if he would just have told his wife the truth the whole time, most of this would not have been a problem. Right? But he doesn't want to admit to his wife that he called his wife Hitler.
Yeah. True.
So I called you Hitler to Jeff.
You know how I do. our pet names for each other.
But also, like, how you gonna think you're just gonna randomly run into Kathy Griffin at a restaurant on Saturday night? You know,
Apparently it happens.
L.A. man, is that where they are?
I don't know.
Are they in New York? I don't.
I assume.
Actually, I don't know where they are.
There are people driving in cars, which made me think LA.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, that's
point.
her.
That's a good point. It is. Yeah.
Can we
According to the wiki,
recap for me his major conflicts here? It's
There's 3 of them. I got 'em.
boner.
cool. So yeah.
Number 3, movies with wife's friend.
Yeah. Her name is Nancy?
Nancy.
Okay.
And she believes she gave him a boner.
She believes she gave him a boner.
Yeah, because she rubbed his arm and was like, "You're gonna be fine," and she thought that the touch basically aroused him.
Yeah, because she looked down at his pants, and the way that his pants were tenting up, it looked like he had a boner.
Yep.
Okay,
Mhm.
we'll come back to these, but I want to clock all of the conflicts he had.
Okay. Yeah. There's 3 main ones.
Yeah.
Number 2, he makes Richard Lewis's new girlfriend mad.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Because when he is trying to get through to his seat to his wife's
Nancy.
friend, to Nancy,
Yeah.
we can't see her legs, but presumably she doesn't move very well.
She doesn't really let him by.
She doesn't really look like she moves, in all fairness.
She doesn't
To me-
like stand up to let him by.
To me, the biggest thing was he's like, coming into her row, and she's sitting at the end, and she looks at him and she goes, "Ugh."
Yeah. Right.
So
Yeah.
it's that.
So immediately he's got a problem with
Yeah,
her.
combined with like, oh, and she's not moving. But it starts with that because it's like now she's making him feel bad for like
Trying to sit down for a movie.
trying to sit down.
Her sitting in a row with like next to no one in it,
Yeah.
but sitting at the very end. Yeah.
I purposely, like, the opposite of that is I purposely sit on, like, well,
The
two
exact
reasons.
middle.
I hate the middle, dude. I hate the middle.
You're trapped.
I sit on the aisle, in like planes, and I kind of like the aisle if there's a lot of people at a
Making
theater
an escape.
too, because I don't necessarily mind if people need to walk by me, but if I
Sure.
have to get up, I like to just be able to get up and not inconvenience other people.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
And so that was the second one. And then number 3, he calls his wife Hitler while on a phone call with Jeff. But that phone call is on speakerphone.
Yeah.
So Jeff's Holocaust parents, most likely.
Yeah.
Well, and Jeff explains like that they had like there was like a nephew in the family that was actually in like a camp or something,
Yeah. I mean,
and that's part of why they're so sensitive.
sure.
So it's Jeff's parents are mad at a insensitive
Because he
Hitler
made
joke,
because he made a Hitler joke. Yeah.
but then his wife is also upset because she was compared to Hitler.
Well, no, his wife doesn't
She doesn't know
that
Yeah.
she was ever compared to Hitler, because he makes up that the reason why, because then he gets home from the movie and then his wife
This
is like,
maybe number 4.
yeah, this is it's technically number 4, I guess.
Mhm.
That Jeff called and he said, "Hey, I'm sorry about earlier," or whatever. And she's like, "What does he mean?"
Oh
And
yeah,
and-
because he left a voicemail
Yeah.
that Cheryl got.
Yeah.
And Larry doesn't want to tell Cheryl that, "Oh, I called you Hitler to Jeff earlier."
Yeah.
So he makes
He
up.
could have in the moment, I mean, not that any of this makes sense, but he could have in the moment been like, "Oh, I called somebody else. I called somebody Hitler on the phone and just pulled a random person who nobody likes.
Yeah, he could have just did a different lie.
I called Jeff Hitler over the phone, and his
Yeah.
parents heard me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you don't even need to be specific. You're just like, oh, I made a weird Hitler reference. And
I
they
mentioned
didn't like
Hitler.
that. Yeah, I mentioned Hitler.
I said Hitler in a jocular manner,
Mm-hmm.
and Jeff's parents were on the speakerphone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and so then, but then he gets caught in that lie at the restaurant later, because Kathy Griffin
Mm-hmm.
comes up and his lie to Cheryl was, "Oh, we had an offer for Kathy Griffin for me to write something for her,"
Mhm.
and Jeff just said no without consulting me.
Yeah.
But then Kathy Griffin came up to them in the restaurant and was like, hey, I was going to call you about the exact same thing you just lied about.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so ridiculous. But really, brought the whole thing home.
Yeah. So really, we could count those as 4 different items of conflict. And I feel like the 4th one of him, making up that Hitler story and then it, his alibi kind of blowing up in him. That's some sitcom logic, right? Like, oh, I made up a thing to not make someone upset, and then like it actually makes them more upset when they figure out that like the whole thing's a lie.
Right.
But otherwise, the other 3 things, like I wrote this down that are just like, I feel like these things like wouldn't affect me, and this guy, Larry David, the character in the show, is like just letting too much stuff affect him, I guess. Like, you start with one
thin-skinned man.
yeah, or just like, we didn't name this one first, but it's the first one that happened that he, he's in the theater and needs to go to his seat to meet his person that he's meeting there. And a person who's sitting in the aisle, like in his way, he kind of gives him like like you need to go by. Like you gotta just let that shit slide.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
he turned it into a whole thing.
I will say you should. I would say 99% of the time you let that stuff slide. You just go, that's a random person I don't know, and fuck them.
Yes. That's a random person I don't know, and that random person is upset at a thing that's just like very normal. And so I guess that's their problem now.
Yeah. Not
she also yelled in that like, "Oh, you just looked at my breasts."
But that was after. But that was after he started shit, though.
Yeah, that was after he like made a thing.
I mean, she started the shit technically, but like,
fair.
After he like made it a thing. But I would say 99% of the time, we've seen his whole day, like, or at least like a couple hours up into this point. So like, he didn't seem like overly. He's not one of those. He didn't seem overly like annoyed with life kind of thing.
Yeah,
where he's just like
he was having.
I'm having a day, and you just are being a douche. So I'm gonna be like, come on, man, don't be a douche.
Yeah.
And so it did it. I think what we're seeing is Larry David is a person that if he sees something, he's saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the like, part of the allure here. I kind of mentioned something earlier about like the humor of Seinfeld is like making commentary on things that are weird, but like we in modern society just like that just like we just take it as this is a normal thing that like people get upset at you for shit they shouldn't be upset at, whether it's walking in a movie theater or especially driving, right? And it's just like normal 99% of people just let that shit slide, but like he in the show is saying the things that like
we think
that maybe we think of, just like, okay, you're sitting on the aisle, like of course people are gonna walk past you don't like own this whole space.
This is in your private theater.
Yeah. But then the thing with the next one is Nancy thinks that he has a boner.
Yep.
Which that one doesn't really register for me, because like when she brought that up, I was just like, so she's never seen pants before? Like this happens. Right. Like this is something that just like
the pleats.
Yeah. I mean, it's like something like we all made jokes about when we were like 12. Like,
yeah.
It is like a thing though that like if you sit down and your pants are doing that, you would like maybe like do a little sit up and like tug down, or like you'd fix it a little bit if you could.
If you can.
But he's so worked up because he just got into like a little tiff with this random lady that like he's not thinking about it because they're like, oh my god, that lady was awful, blah blah blah. And then Nancy's like rubbing his arm quick and be like, you're okay. And then she looks down. I think this is Nancy's problem.
Yes,
like
100%.
Because
she's
like
not great.
Man, way to think so good about yourself that you think if you rubbed a dude's arm for 15 seconds that he's gonna get a raging boner in a movie theater, like
a big arm guy.
kind of skipping to the end, but like that's kind of where I'm looking at a lot of these conflicts is just like, oh, I guess that's that person's problem. Like if I were Larry David, I'd really like none of this shit is worth my time to like get worked up over.
Yeah, I mean, you say it's his problem, it's their problem, but he does get worked up about it.
Yeah, he makes it his problem.
And then he digs deeper.
It's same thing as Seinfeld, just Seinfeld 2.0. Same kind of like interactions are happening in that show where it's like something happens and that could just be it, but it's never just it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But in this, it kind of takes another leap of, well, and then that interaction also comes back to haunt you immediately.
Where in Seinfeld, they're opposite because Jerry's always like on top. Like there's very rare. They have like episodes about how like Jerry can do things and he's going to be just fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like he throws money out his or Elaine throws like his like money out the window or something like that because he's like, everything's great. She's like, oh yeah. And then she like throws money out the window. And then like 5 minutes later, George comes up when he's like, I found this $20 bill. Like he brings like the money back to Jerry. And like they just joke about that. Good. And like Larry's kind of the difference. Whereas
Larry's kind of George, right?
No, well,
I think George.
There's only one George.
I think George is supposed to be like Larry.
Yeah.
In Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So yes,
I could see that because I mean the comedy of Seinfeld was based on both Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David's humor, right? So like you could just kind of translate that a lot of the conversations between Jerry and George are really just conversations that Larry and Jerry have had.
Which I'm surprised to watch this. I mean, a lot of surprises. Number one, I thought this would look a lot different in 2000. Like this doesn't really look like it's got HBO money behind it.
Oh no,
in 2000.
Yeah,
but also just that like Larry would decide to go on camera, like as a writer.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Not super common.
And he did it for 20.
But he did for a very long time, and basically just made fun of himself. Yeah, for decades. Also, he breaks constantly, and Jerry Seinfeld like broke like a good amount.
Larry
is breaking every scene.
I have seen so much Seinfeld over and over and over again. I fall asleep to Seinfeld a lot,
and he breaks quite a bit.
He breaks every episode.
I think Larry breaks even more.
Jerry always has a smirk on his face. Whenever he says something that is funny, he knows it's funny and he's smiling.
Yeah, but there were times in here like. He's in like a full-on like yelling match with Richard Lewis, R.I.P. And he's like laughing.
Yeah.
And he's like making jokes and stuff that then Richard Lewis reacts to.
Yeah. What else? Did you have more deep dives into the conflicts, Joe?
Only that like. Those are the things that like struck me. I mean, the third and fourth one are clearly like more sitcom things of like, okay, now he's lying and now he's getting caught up in his shit. Whereas like the first two, I'm just like, man, you just gotta like let those things be those other people's problems. But I get that this is a show and not a documentary, and like the show is exploring those things of like, why do we let that shit slide? Like this person is making me a problem when I am not a problem. This is just how pants are.
Right.
Like the pants tent is the total like, you know, it's the purest example of like this kind of thing in this episode of just like, he's not doing anything wrong. And it's also like, you know, something that he is aware of is like, this is, you know, they talk about it earlier in the episode, like, oh, these pants fit weird and like it looks like I have a boner.
Were they like corduroys too?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I mean,
which is super fun. I hope those come back.
Those pants I feel like I owned a pair of pants, and I feel like that's why I like stopped wearing. I'm like, you just got boners all the time apparently.
Yeah.
Like
They're just-
actually?
No, they're just like really well, yeah, but I was 12. No, I'm just kidding.
Just a boner machine.
No, but like those are just like weird stiff pants, you know?
Mhm.
Like,
Sure.
I wouldn't Nancy's stupid. Is what I'm
Nancy was pretty full of herself.
That was great. And she came like over and she was like, You had an erection.
That's a good point of that too, is that she came over and Cheryl brought it up. Like Cheryl did not need to bring it up.
Yeah, but I like that like antagonist relationship between like Larry and Cheryl where she's gonna
Sure.
like just call Larry on his shit all the time.
Sure.
Even if like in this instance in this episode, like Larry was correct and right. And then in the other one, he called his wife Hitler and like he got caught in the Kathy Griffin lie.
Yeah.
And so it's kind
And
of
that too,
a
like,
1-to-1 where he
like-
got in trouble in both.
Is
But-
Jeff Garlin is his like his agent
That's
Did
what
we
I'm
say?
gathering. Like he's an agent.
or something? And he's the dad from the Goldbergs, and is also in Arrested Development.
He's in Arrested Development. Let's not bring the Goldbergs into this.
Well, he's like the main. Okay. And that was all kind of. Would you say that was like B plot, like all that stuff,
Which stuff?
like the Jeff and his like parents, because like, and like
It was all a plot, baby.
it was all
Yeah, it was all
A
kind of just
plot.
like strung together. Yeah, especially because it all has to do with the A character, Larry David.
But yeah, so yeah, my thing with that is like, he like said this joke that Jeff's parents are super offended by it. Like, when are you gonna see Jeff's parents? Like,
Yeah.
you don't like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So they're a little bit mad at
Well,
you. Cool.
the problem is he is going to see Jeff parents when he goes to the restaurant on
He goes
Saturday
to the restaurant
and he runs into him.
because Jeff tells him to come and apologize.
Well, no.
No,
no.
that's right. They ran into them at the restaurant.
Yeah, he mentioned to Jeff earlier in the restaurant that he was going to go to that restaurant on Saturday with Richard Lewis
Right.
and his girlfriend, but then he said, "Oh, we're not going to do that," because then
We're
he
not
explained
gonna
that
do it.
thing, and then he was like, "You should try that restaurant." So he like
that
set
was a
that up
self-fulfilling
himself
prophecy.
too.
Okay. Interesting.
Because
okay,
normally
but
you- of
before
course,
that, when he went over to the house to apologize, like, he didn't really need to do that.
Mhm.
Well, it's Hollywood,
You inserted
right?
yourself.
I mean, there's some other things. I mean, technically, if I like randomly offended your parents a ton, and you were like, "Could you come over and like do that?" Like, I probably would. Like,
I suppose.
I don't want to. Just like Larry didn't want to do it, but he did it, and then he's in like extra trouble because then like, was it Jeff's kid or something?
It was
Like
Jeff's kid.
like his wife was like, "Oh, the kid's upstairs," and Larry was like, "All right, I'm gonna leave." Because
Mhm.
Jeff's also like, Larry's also like, I live here. I'm going to see your kid all the time.
yeah,
right?
and it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
But his parents were mad that he didn't come up and see the kid.
Yeah.
It
I guess
sounds like they have a problem.
like those things. I again, it's a TV show, and we're kind of exploring these levels, and maybe a normal person wouldn't let these things affect them in the same way or dig themselves a hole like this. But like, I guess it just does. It registers to me just because it feels a little bit like a person who is very concerned about what other people think about him and how other people react to him. Maybe too much. You can kind of, if you watch this show from a viewpoint of it's not an objective representation of what happened. This is what's happening through the main character's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You could kind of look at this and go, okay, maybe his parents aren't really mad at him, but he just thinks that they are and is kind of blowing
Sure.
this up in his head.
Sure. That's a fun way to look at it.
And you can do pieces of that with the other conflicts too, of like, maybe Nancy wasn't really, maybe she kind of thought maybe he had a boner or not, but maybe she wasn't really concerned about that, right? Because she didn't like bring it up that night or anything, or she didn't like, you know.
She didn't point at it and say boner.
Yeah. She didn't
In the
go, oh
middle
my God,
of
you
a
have a
theater.
boner, or like she like. There's a plausible middle realm where she's like, does Larry have a boner? I don't know. This is weird. I'm just gonna let that go. But
There
then
was
it's
no
not
pic.
let go because it's brought up later.
Yeah.
He also like, I mean, when the Richard Lewis girlfriend thing,
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, it's also he gets to you know, like complain or like say things in a social setting that like a normal like person would just let go.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun to be like, yeah,
Yeah.
she wouldn't move, fuck her, yell at her.
Mhm.
But then, you know, so as like the listener or viewer, we're kind of like, yeah, we did it. We
Mhm.
shoved it in someone's face. Oh, no, that's why we don't do that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. And they immediately kind of like throw it back at us.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting.
I suppose we should say too, like, this is Larry David as like as Larry David.
Mm-hmm.
So like at one point at the end when the restaurant is like, oh, we can't seat you, his wife, like acting wife, he's the only person who's actually playing himself except for Kathy Griffin.
And
But she's like,
and Richard Lewis.
and Richard Lewis. So I guess there's plenty of people. But Larry David's pretend wife is like, try the Seinfeld thing. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, she doesn't know what that is. And so like he's like
wouldn't
the
know what
wealthy
Seinfeld
after
would be.
Seinfeld thing. Should also say that Wikipedia says this was born out of a special that he wrote for HBO. And it was kind of it was like a thing about the special was about how he wasn't going to do the special. And then like the next year turned into this show that ran for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds about right. Joe, you've never seen this show.
Yeah.
So how did you like this episode?
I think I'm grappling a little bit with, again, the conflicts being stuff that are really just other people's problems that he's made his own.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, it's making it hard for me to connect to some of the humor and even just like getting invested in the conflict, because I'm just like, I sit and I just go, well, yeah, of course that's why you don't like bring up this shit, because like it's just other people's fucking problems and I don't have time to deal with that shit. But like I presume that the rest of the show does, once it gets a little bit of its rhythm, gets into more of the things that are more of just like common observational things of like things that I would more relate to. It just feels a little bit like the pants tent thing, where I'm just like, you know, everybody knows what pants tents are since they were 12. That like that being a conflict feels a little bit forced to me.
I mean, you say that, but then there was a whole episode of Seinfeld about how Seinfeld's girlfriend saw George just right out of the pool, and none of the ladies in the show knew about shrinkage. Kind of thing. It's like the exact same thing. It's like everyone knows about that, right? And then they were like, no. So not everyone knows about a shrinkage or the pants tent.
I guess.
A lot of penis humor,
It's
really,
kind
is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Need more penis education out there.
Hmm.
How they work, how they don't work.
Yeah, we really need more male-focused
Pants.
education
Mm-hmm.
so everyone can understand
more
us better.
phallic ed.
Phallic ed.
Mm-hmm.
Phallic.edu.
PE.
Yeah.
Penis education.
The physics and biomechanics of male genitalia.
Of the dick.
Mm-hmm.
And pants.
Jimmy, you've seen this. No,
I've seen some of it,
You've
and
seen this.
And I
This
will
one?
say I had not seen that
Okay.
pilot. And I will say in my head at least, I feel like what I've seen of this is different in the way that I thought that it was more Larry David creating the problems more often than it just being other people being stupid. Like, I thought it was more like he's kind of a piece of shit and he's getting in his own way kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is more like, I feel like George or somebody in Seinfeld, where Jerry, things happen to him and then he reacts in this way, like in this pilot.
Fair. I've seen this episode. This is probably the third time I've seen this first episode now.
Nice.
It's I think it's aging like a fine wine. It's getting better.
All right. Nice.
Predictions?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go. Man, 24 years. What happens in 24 years in the finale? 1, Larry retires. He's got to be so old, right? So
I have no idea how old he is.
How old is he now?
Yeah, no idea.
I mean, he's probably been bald most of his adult life. You know, he has that classic bald. You know, and so I don't know. Is he 50 at least?
Like a good amount of white in his hair.
Yeah,
in this pilot,
he's got to be at least 50 something.
At least, yeah.
And then we add 24 more years to this. He's retiring.
He's 100.
Do
you mean in real life or in the show?
I hope both.
Okay.
I think number 2, Cheryl once again catches Larry in a lie. Because I think he can't resist. Number 3, celebrity guests are going to happen. So I'm going to throw one out there.
Yeah.
Conan O'Brien.
Ooh, I like it.
Cool.
I feel like he's got to be.
He's got to be in this show.
By the way, Larry was 52 when this first one came out.
Ooh.
No, 53.
Ooh.
Math.
And then number 4, I just wrote Jeff because I was gonna say something about Jeff, and now I have to come. I forgot that I didn't this whole time we were talking. I didn't write one. Let's see. I scribbled something out about Jeff. Jeff has a new project. What about Jeff? What about Jeff? Jeff eats a sandwich.
All right.
Cool. Good for him.
I hope he does.
I hope it
we all
rules.
do.
I hope the bread is 25% of the volume of the sandwich. I just saw a thing about how that's the perfect proportion of sandwich is you want your bread to be 25% of the sandwich.
25. That seems like not a lot.
It's not. So if you
I don't know if I agree.
If you're using a baguette or something, you're going to want to rip out the gut.
I feel like
Create
when
some room.
you show up to a place that supposedly has good sandwiches, it's like a big, thick, hunk of bread.
Yeah.
Thick cut, you know?
Nah, I'm the opposite. I like a thin bread for my sandwich. I like some bread because I want, a good crusty bread for some crunch and holding it together. But it's really just holding my meat and cheeses in there.
Yeah.
That's what I
No,
want.
I agree.
Yeah. I have that Larry farts. And that's going to be his weird, awkward thing. Or at least one of his weird, awkward things. He lets out a fart.
'Cause who cares at this point?
Yeah. Larry's working on another TV show.
Oh.
Writing or producing it.
So the opposite of retiring.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He could retire from
I think that it's a thing in this show that, typically the shows end with a shot on Larry making some sort of awkward reaction to something, and then you hear the theme music hit and the credits roll.
You know this because of this one episode you've watched?
Yeah, and just memes.
Okay.
Seems like a common thing. That there's a hard cut to the credits. But my prediction is that the last shot on the show, there are no humans in it.
Okay.
So the very last shot before the credits, there are no humans.
It's just like an LA
Yeah.
B-roll.
It's LA B-roll of
In
something
the sky.
awkward, and then credits.
What if it's just a crotch? That's
That's a human.
That's human.
That's human, yeah. Unless it's
It's a pants tent.
yeah. Unless it's a donkey crotch.
All right.
Then not
Let's hope
human.
for that.
And then my last one is that Larry does not get stressed out. He's
Oh.
very chill for the entire
Just
episode.
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Good luck with that one.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. He
Bold.
just doesn't give any fucks.
Just
Okay.
letting it all slip past him.
I could, yeah. I see it. I have some bookends. So I have number one. I think Larry apologizes, which, as I just say it out loud, sounds wrong. That he would ever do that. But he did it in this first episode. So then I have number two. Larry calls someone Hitler.
Nice.
Oh, the one thing I know about this show is Larry saying pretty good. So I have Larry says pretty good. And then number four with the cameos, he's got to have, there's probably 2 or 3 or more cameos in this last episode. And I put Jerry Seinfeld.
Thought about it.
Yeah, thought about it too.
Part of me thought, too big of a star.
For Curb,
Who knows?
Jerry owes his life to Larry.
That's fair. That's fair. The finale is called No Lessons Learned.
Great.
So we'll watch that and we'll be back after that. And we're back. We're done with the finale of Curb Your Enthusiasm. It was called No Lessons Learned. Jimmy, write up.
Yeah. Here's what the Wikipedia says. In the series finale, Larry faces trial over his actions in Atlanta, mirroring the series finale of Seinfeld. On IMDb, Grants writes...
How many S's is that? 4 S's?
Yeah, it was just 2.
Oh,
I played it up a little bit. Larry, Leon, Jeff, and Susie fly to Atlanta for Larry's much-publicized trial. Old friends join them in what becomes quite the event. The prosecutor is a wily foe, and soon things are going quite badly for Larry. Many old enemies resurface. So yeah, basically it's a lot like the end of Seinfeld.
a lot of Seinfeld similarities.
A lot of references.
The man himself, Jerry, shows up.
Sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. Good for him. Good for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Good for me.
What'd you think in general, Joe?
Yeah. I feel like I have in general it's funny. And I feel like an interesting way to send off the show in that just fully tying it into Seinfeld. I don't know if the rest of the show was as tied into Seinfeld. My impression was it was not, that it was more of like, in kind of the opposite, that this was Larry David trying to make a show distinguished from Seinfeld.
Man, I don't know if
Show about something.
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
haven't seen the show.
I've only seen now 3.5 episodes of the show because I've seen the first one, the second one, half of the third one, and the finale. But I swear, I feel like they make like a Seinfeld. They like say Seinfeld like all the time in these first and last at least. I mean, maybe, but like 24 years afterwards, if you're watching Curb Your Enthusiasm still, like, you don't care that he, like, was a Seinfeld guy as much, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's its own thing.
It's its own thing, but, like, they have a new, I mean, I checked, his name was Leon.
Yeah.
That new character that wasn't in the first episode. He was in, like, 54 episodes of the show, so he's in almost half of the show.
Nice.
And most of his shtick this whole episode was him just talking to Larry David about how he's been watching Seinfeld.
Yeah, he's been binging it. Yeah.
JB Smoove.
He's catching up.
Yeah. And then like, and they talk, I mean, obviously, I mean, I can see it in the first episode where they're like, oh, Larry David, creator of Seinfeld, like, hey, like for some reason, if you're watching Curb Your Enthusiasm and you don't know why you care about this, you definitely know Seinfeld exists. Maybe that helps you. But then they're doing it again in this one. I mean, I don't necessarily think it comes up all the time, but I don't think they're shying away from Seinfeld by any means. This is part of him, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely not like it was a plot point in this.
I mean,
a little bit.
Seinfeld ends in a court case, you know, and this one does too. And then
structurally it's the same.
Yeah.
And Jerry gets him out.
Except
that's
for
different.
Except for that's different. Because in making predictions, I thought about making some Seinfeld-related predictions.
I did too, but I just
Me
thought,
too.
really? Really? You know, I thought, nah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, nah, and they're going to make it like a specific Curb Your Enthusiasm thing that's separate from any of the Seinfeld legacy.
Yeah. You're wrong.
I was wrong. It is very much like, it is almost like a second finale to Seinfeld.
Which is fun.
Do you think if they would let them out on a technicality at the end of the finale of Seinfeld that everyone would have all of a sudden thought Seinfeld was a good show?
I think it would have made more sense to the show. It is exactly what happens to them in every episode, is that they just kind of get away.
Were you guys... So Seinfeld ended in what, 98?
Sure.
Yeah, something like that.
Were you guys watching the show at the time?
No.
Not actively.
I remember...
For sure.
I wasn't a regular Seinfeld watcher, but I remember seeing the finale just because it was like a big TV event. So I remember seeing it when it happened at the time, but I wasn't like a fan, so I don't have an opinion. But at the time, people hated the finale. I think for some combination of, they didn't want to see, their 4 favorite characters just like end up in jail at the end.
Sure.
Because like you said, like the way that the show typically goes is they get in some shenanigans and then they, get out of it. But B, I think that just like thematically, the whole thing about Seinfeld was that there are no morals. There's no lessons learned. It's these people do some things, it's maybe what you wouldn't do IRL, but like this is how these people live their lives and there's no consequences and they move on. And so for it to have ultimate consequences at the end that they go to jail didn't seem like fitting in with the theme of the show.
Sure.
So now in this one, the episode is called No Lessons Learned.
Yep.
And it has the same structure where Larry's being tried for something and that they're bringing up people from his past that are bringing up all the times that he did terrible things. And then he goes to jail but Jerry gets him out because there's a technicality, something about the juror, but they make jokes about like, oh, this is how we should have ended the finale.
Yeah.
Which is kind of just like a super meta joke in that does he really mean that? Does he really mean like, hey, looking back on it, I don't think I would have done that for the finale. I think I would have done something where they do get out like I'm doing now in the Curb finale.
Or at least looking back and seeing how people reacted to it.
Yeah, it's definitely a reaction to the reaction. But I wonder whether this is sincere, that he
might be.
Does agree that like, okay, maybe that wasn't the best way to end it, so now I'm doing this now. Or is it again Larry David just being like, fine, this guy's what you want, like we'll do it then. This is what people want.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I bet you ask any creator 30 years after they made something, would you have changed something? I think a lot of people probably would have been like, I would have made some tweaks.
Yeah, because it ties into like the lessons, the title of the episode being No Lessons Learned. If you believe that he as in Larry David, the real human being, is sincere about having regrets about the Seinfeld ending, then he did learn a lesson.
That's a good point.
And is changing things based on the lessons learned. But if you take him at his word and that he really didn't learn any lessons, then this whole ending is just a sarcastic, well, yeah, I guess we could have just like done some sort of hand wavy thing where we bailed him out of jail, but like that doesn't really happen.
Yeah. I mean, if we're thinking about it in the terms of Seinfeld,
Mm-hmm.
then potentially a lesson was learned.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm thinking it of how I didn't even think about it like that. I just thought about it as Larry David as the human being that's in this show, like the character Larry David that's in the show. He had a bunch of people.
Guess what's coming to him?
Like destroys his character about how bad he is and how like awful, whatever. And then he goes to jail, and then he immediately gets out. So he didn't learn anything.
The character still no lessons learned.
Characters learn nothing.
Yeah.
In 24 years of this show.
Yeah.
And then sure, they make like, we probably should have ended that show like that.
Yeah.
But honestly, that could also have just been a one-off like, oh, that's a funny way to end the show.
Yes.
Not even like people cared about it and hated it, but like, this is a funny way to do that.
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting way to read it, of like, it is no lessons learned. The character Larry David did not learn anything. He still got off scot-free at the end.
And he didn't change. He didn't even change his like demeanor during the trial.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't even like any other person in that, like sitting there would have been like, I don't know, like sequestered or like been like, you gotta like, you can't even be at your own trial. You're like so crazy.
You're gonna fuck this up.
Yeah.
Well, and then because after he gets out of jail, there's a scene, which is the final scene of, the main characters on a plane, and one of them raises the shade, and it's letting a bunch of light in.
Jeff's
and
wife.
Yeah, Jeff's wife, and now they're making all, there's a big fight about it. It's showing that like these characters and Larry specifically have not changed. There's no lessons learned.
Right.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I gathered, at least if we're gonna the title for what happened in this
so
episode.
maybe there isn't like a big like meta thing. It's more of just like using that as a framework to show.
Could be both.
Could be
Could be both. Because he does set it up earlier in the episode too, when a kid in like a hotel lobby hits him with something.
I love that.
And then the mom makes the kid like apologize, and Larry's like, he doesn't need to do that. Like, I would like to walk away from now. And she's like, he needs to learn this lesson. And Larry's like, let me teach the kid a lesson. Like, I've never learned a lesson.
Yeah.
in my 74 years.
I'm 74 years old and I've never learned a lesson in my life.
But again, maybe that's not really technically accurate for Larry David the human.
No, Larry David taught me a lesson one time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In real life?
Yeah, he was on like a talk show, and he was saying something about how bringing things in from like you went grocery shopping and you parked and now you have a bunch of stuff to bring in. And he's like, when you think you can bring everything in all at once, you try to grab everything and then you just struggle the whole way. And then you drop something and then you can't get in the door. He's like, just make 2 trips.
That's the lesson. Like
that was like a thing he like said to like, I don't know, Jimmy Kimmel or something like that. And I was like, he's right, man. And you know what I do now? I take 2 trips.
Yeah, sure.
But I think about trying to take everything still.
Larry David.
Guys, take 2 trips.
Teaching life lessons.
Yeah, I always
That's why he's lived so long.
But
trips.
I'm not even kidding. Before he said that, and I watched that, never took 2 trips.
Just try to see if you
Just
can do
struggle bust through 1 trip.
Just to save a couple seconds.
You don't save.
strides.
The thing is, you don't save it. You don't save any time.
it. Yeah.
You actually
don't save
lose
time.
time most of probably.
'Cause now you're trying to angle things in
Wasting
your arms.
food. It's all over the ground.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I think it's interesting. I think it is a thing of watching only the first and last, and therefore not really knowing the journey, that I'm unsure about the point of this last episode. Is it truly like, is he making a point that like kind of a nihilistic point that you can live your life to be an old man and never learn anything? And also like that man who lives his life never learning anything lives a pretty good and successful life. There's no consequences for not learning anything or not bettering yourself. Is that the point?
It may be.
Or
For Larry.
is this technically a show about nothing?
Or is there the point is there's no points. I'm not trying
Yeah.
to make any sort of like, I'm just making observations here. I don't know anything.
Yeah. Or did he just have some new grandkids that needed to get put through college? Needed to make a few more seasons. I don't know, but what I do know is that I lulled more, I think, in the finale than I did in the pilot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Allison Janney was involved. That's always key for me.
Yeah, a lot of bookmarks, like bookends from the first episode. Like he's messing with Richard Lewis's new girlfriend again.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
presumably not new, because she apparently was around before at some point. But that, what else did he do? He did something else too. Trying to think of all the things that happened in the first. Oh, the pants tent right at the end.
Yep.
Fun little callbacks, but like pretty big fun stuff.
Yeah, callbacks.
Is anyone like that did like if you watch I mean, I'm never gonna forget Pants Tent.
Yeah,
But like if you were like a big Curb Your Enthusiast person and you just never watched the first episode again, and then you like got Pants Tent 24 years later,
I bet you would remember that was in the show, but maybe not necessarily know if it was in the pilot or what. Because I think they did the same thing in Seinfeld too, right? Where like they're rehashing in jail, they're rehashing some bit that was on like a previous episode. I thought.
I can't remember what happened in this finale. I haven't seen the finale in a while. Very interesting that they just redid the Seinfeld finale almost though. There's got to be a lot more Seinfeld bits in this whole show. I looked it up, like Julia Louise Dreyfus, like Jason Alexander, and Jerry Seinfeld. They're all in the show, like 6-8 episodes, something like that.
Oh, nice.
What's his name? Michael Richards, Kramer. He's in it for like 3 or 4.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's more surprising.
I mean, and that's the main cast right there. So I didn't catch if like Newman or or anything
That'd be great.
was around. But like they're all in the show as themselves, so I'm sure they're in them as themselves as the people who starred in Seinfeld, obviously, I would assume. Like you're not going to have Julia Louis-Dreyfus in their show that you talk about Seinfeld all the time.
Right.
and not pretend she wasn't Elaine, right?
Yeah.
I'd be very curious. I've never seen. That was the first. I'd be curious on what they do with them in the show when they're on there. But that's small, minute part of 120 episodes.
Yeah,
I'd like to see those. And for the most part, this show is like 30 minutes or less. So keep blow through some Curb.
Does this interest you, Joe, to keep adventuring?
Not really. Only because it's. I think Larry David himself is funny, but like the type of situations he gets himself in, just like, for as much as I may find them funny, they also just kind of just like stress me out, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Sure. That's how I feel about Ben Stiller movies.
Yes, I've heard that about Ben Stiller movies, that like it's just a guy where everything goes wrong.
Very uncomfortable.
So yeah. So I'd be interested to see or read maybe more about like what went into this ending or what they were trying to go for, but probably not going to go back and binge this show.
What?
All right, I'm canceling Max.
It's
you heard it here.
Joe doesn't like it, so we're canceling Max.
Canceling it.
All of Max is going out of business now, Joe.
Probably.
Say what now? Max has got so much money. The
What do they
Discovery
bring?
Network.
What's the next big show coming? Succession's done.
For HBO?
Last of Us is gonna be
Last of Us season
years.
2 is the next big show.
Yeah, but they haven't even started shooting that.
I feel like they always got big shows going on. Isn't Euphoria or whatever, Max? Is that still a thing?
Yeah.
That's a huge
I've
show.
never seen that show.
Zendaya's big right now, guys.
Mm-hmm.
She in that one?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's like the biggest.
but I've never seen that show.
Hacks.
Hacks is back.
Hacks is big.
I've never even heard of that show.
I don't think Hacks is big, but it's
You
back.
don't think it's big? I feel like I
have
see
no
stuff for
idea.
it.
Joe doesn't think it's big. I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
It's the lady from
But I like it. It's good.
Legion.
From the lady from Legion?
Is that what it's called? The X-Men one?
The main
That we did?
That main
We
lady
watched?
that was in the insane asylum with him.
No, that's Aubrey Plaza.
No, the other one, the one that
Then maybe
can't
yes.
touch people or something.
Oh, no, not her. No, the older lady who's like the head of the whatever, not X-Men.
Okay. I believe you.
Professor X.
Mrs. Professor X.
Jean Grey.
We got to end this so I can watch X-Men.
Go watch X-Men.
Well, let's do predictions.
Yeah.
I might watch more of this show. I've watched 3.5 episodes. I want to watch more. It just hasn't aligned with my schedule or my feelings.
Yeah, I hope to. I hope to. Got to apparently watch Daisy Jones and the Six first. If I don't watch any of that show before the end of the season, can we retract a point from Joe?
Yes. I predicted that you would watch the show. Right?
Yeah.
That was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't yet.
You can't
is all I'm saying.
actively not do it just to
I'm just saying that I'll probably get to it eventually.
Yeah.
I think I said
I might
that,
watch Curb first.
I think my prediction was that you would say that you would watch the show.
All right. Well,
that your intention.
listeners, let me
was to
know
watch the show.
Yeah.
what Joe's real prediction was.
Predictions. I did bad, so I'll go. I said Larry retires. That's inconclusive.
Yeah, we actually don't know what's going on with him in work right now.
I said that Cheryl catches Larry in a lie. Cheryl was barely in this episode.
Are they together even?
I'm not
She was
sure.
there, but like they weren't even like sitting by each other on
No.
the plane or anything. She like showed up later by
Sitting
herself.
Ted dancing.
Don't know. Come on. You still have Larry David or Ted Danson. Who are you going to sit by?
Facts.
I'd sit in the middle. But I thought the celebrity guest might be Conan O'Brien. There was a couple, but not any tall Irishman.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen his Max show? He's got an HBO show.
Oh yeah.
Conan, yeah, it's about him traveling the world. It's pretty funny.
I'm into that.
And then I said Jeff eats a sandwich because I panicked
Mm-hmm.
because I only had written the word Jeff. And he stole a recipe, but he didn't eat a sandwich.
I forgot about that whole thing.
So 0.
Yeah, that's fun. I had that Larry farts. I did not see that. There are no humans in the last shot, and the very last shot was of
Almost all humans.
Yeah, the entire cast on the plane.
Yep.
Plus extras. Had that Larry's working on another TV show, and we don't have that. But I also don't think he didn't say anything about like needing to get back to the show or anything. So I think that's a hard 0. And then Larry does not get stressed out. I would have argued for it, except for that scene 30 minutes into the show, where in the courtroom, he's like yelling about, I don't even remember what anymore. He's yelling about someone who had potentially lied about something. And he was like, oh, really? She's not this? Blah, blah, blah. And that in that moment, he seemed very stressed.
Yeah.
I bet if he had a heart rate monitor on, he would have lost a point.
Whereas in the rest of the episode, while he was kind of annoyed about things, like, he seemed pretty chill. Yeah, especially for a person like going to trial. He kind of seemed like he thought this was just kind of gonna blow over.
In all fairness, it was a really stupid thing to go to trial for.
I don't even remember. He gave water to someone.
He gave water to someone, I believe, waiting to like vote.
To vote, and apparently you can't do that.
That is technically like a law.
Yeah.
Dumb.
And that's stupid.
Like taking water from a person who's in line to vote. Maybe that's
that is a law designed by people,
if
real and or fake, but I'm pretty sure it's real. Is designed by people who don't want people to vote because they don't like it when people vote.
So is it that you think like you're persuading someone to vote?
Made that law. What?
Is it like you're giving someone water and that's going to persuade them to vote in some way?
Presumably you're wearing a Biden shirt and you're giving someone water, so therefore then they're going to walk in and obviously vote blue.
Which was probably happening, and that's why the law was made. That people wearing shirts of people being elected, being voted for, we're doing that at polling places.
I'm sure people do a lot of dumb shit. But
I don't know. Could you just set up a water stand and not offering it to people? Because
they have to come to you.
Because I know that at my regular...
where the line forms, you just open a cooler up and they're like, there's water, I'm walking away.
Yeah. Like at my regular polling place, like the neighborhood association is there. Like they set up a crosswalk and then they also just like have like a stand where they have coffee and cookies.
Ooh.
That's against the law now, Joe.
Now that I think of it, it is like... It's not right by the door to the polling center. It's a little bit off.
Yep.
So I wonder if it's a certain distance away.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because kindness is illegal now.
Okay.
So wait,
I got 0.
You got 0. Good.
I had... How many did you get, Josh?
Oh, I got 0.
I had Larry apologizes. I don't think so. He got...
No lessons learned.
Apologize too. Yeah, no.
You don't apologize
no lessons learned
if you've learned nothing.
Yeah, he was. They called him guilty, and he still didn't even apologize. Larry called someone Hitler. He did teach a kid in like a flashback how to make a swastika. Larry says pretty good. He didn't do that. Pretty bummed about that.
Pretty bummed.
Pretty bummed. And then my number 4 was Jerry Seinfeld. So I got 1 for that thirsty Seinfeld. He's in everything now.
Pop-Tarts.
Especially Pop-Tarts.
Well, good job, Jimmy, for getting the only point tonight.
Woo!
All right, listeners, that's going to do it for us. And curb your enthusiasm. But your enthusiasm can keep going for show suggestions.
Podcast.
Yeah. Send them to us at FNL Podcast on the Gmail, on the Twitter, on the Instagram. No threads, never threads. I've never even been on threads.
Yeah, I have. It's disappointing.
But that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you for listening. We'll see you again next week. Goodbye.